So something interesting is unfolding, and I'm likely to have a trade as early as Monday morning London session. This is the euro dollar, and the area that you see outlined on my screen is a 4 hourly fair value gap. So this is the full range of the 4 hourly fair value gap, but I have refined it to a 1 hour fair value gap. So I'm on the 4 hour time frame. Normally my 4 hour fair value gaps are green, my 1 hour fair value gaps are blue. So this is the 4 hour fair value gap. But if you go down to the 1 hour chart, you will see the refined zone. So this is the refined zone of the fair value gap. This range right here is Asia range, and price consolidated nicely during Asia. This is what I want to see. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 candles, 8 1 hour candles just going nowhere. This fair value gap is actually a liquidity void, an actual gap, in the sense that it was created when the new week opened. So price closed around here, this candle's low, the bottom of this candle last week, and then skipped up about 60 pips. So there was a huge gap in price at market open this morning. What that means now is that, so the only reason that it looks like a candle is because of my feed provider. I use forex.com, and forex.com does not like to have actual gaps in price. It just prints the gap as if a candle opened at the gap's low and closed at the gap's high. But on most every other feed, Owanda, FXCM, this shows up as an actual void in price. So what it means for me now is that price created this gap, a big one, consolidated above the gap, and is now trading down into it, as we can see during London session. If I see a 15-minute bullish engulfing candle or any strong signs of bullish rejection, I will take the trade, put my stop at the low of the engulfing candle, and hold price. Remember, I mentioned in my weekly forecast that if I see a 4 hourly or higher bullish fair value gap form coming outside of this monthly fair value gap, I will take long trades heading in the direction of this weekly fair value gap. So that's exactly what it looks like it's about to play out. Price traded into the monthly fair value gap on Friday, closed outside of it, and now has created a bullish fair value gap coming out of that level, and now price is trading into the fair value gap during London kill zone. It's a Monday, so it's beginning to look like we may have either the low of the week created on Monday, or if price creates the low and then trades all the way up into the weekly fair value gap that I have outlined here, it may then reverse from there if price intends to continue bearishly and create the high of the week inside the fair value gap. Whichever the case, I'm expecting some short to mid-term bullishness on the euro dollar, at least until this weekly fair value gap is achieved. I'm not likely to hold my trade until that point because I'll probably already have gotten a 1:3 or 1:4 out of it. I may very well just exit at this 4 hourly fair value gap in price. So if I see a 15-minute engulfing candle as price has traded into this 4 hourly fair value gap refined to a 1 hour fair value gap, I will take a long trade.